Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another apartment renovation. So today I'm back renovating this apartment, which is another city living apartment, and this one is, like always, one of my all-time favorite apartments to renovate. I really like this one, and I've done a lot of different floor plans in this apartment, but I'm kind of limited to like the windows. So what I wanted to do this time was use the tool mod to switch up all of the windows and the front door to the apartment. So it's completely functional. If you guys aren't familiar with the tool mod, I highly recommend that you check it out, especially for apartments, because you can remove the existing windows and doors and replace them, and they work, and it just looks so good. Keep in mind though, if you're on console and you want to download an apartment where I do this, then I'm not sure if it'll be possible to delete the windows, because unfortunately with the way apartments work in the game, you have to place them as rooms and the windows don't travel along with it. So since I switched up the windows, when you go to place this apartment, the original windows will still be there and you'll have to use the tool mod to delete them. And on console, you can't use mods. So it's kind of unfortunate. Let me know if it's possible in some other way, but as far as I know, it's not. But the last apartment that I did share, I didn't switch up any of the windows, and since I didn't last time, I wanted to kind of go all out in this one. And like I said, I've done so many different layouts in this apartment, but the window placement isn't the greatest. So I just wanted to do something that I thought would be a little bit better, at least for this layout. And I'm using probably my favorite windows in the game, which are these Moschino windows. I just absolutely love these windows. There's so much lighting that can come through them. I love the square glass pieces, like the frames around them I think are really nice, and how some of them are open. I wish we would have got a closed version of this smaller window, because the taller version has a closed option and then an open option. So I like the variety, but either way, it's still one of my most favorite windows. And I create like this garden room or like sunroom in this apartment that I think just turned out so nice. And again, these Moschino windows are like perfect for that. So yeah, you'll see that in like the thumbnail, because it's just like one of my favorite rooms I've ever created. And as I was building this and decorating it, I was trying to think of the sim that I imagined living here. And I definitely think this sim is plant obsessed. They are a plant lover, a plant mom, or a plant dad, whatever sim you see imagining living here, and they just love plants and they live alone. Of course, you could have a couple in this apartment if you would like to, because there is a double bed and you could easily have two sims sleeping there, but I imagine it would be perfect for a single sim who lives in the city, but they want to bring a bit of like nature into their apartment. And so they've definitely done that with all of their plants. I tried to add as many as I could with still looking nice. I mean, sometimes too many plants can maybe look a bit overpowering, and some of you guys might think I did it here, but I tried to keep it a little bit more subtle, but I still wanted to show like their obsession with indoor plants. And so I used as many of the different options that we have, and I also included a couple of planter boxes in the sunroom too, so you could actually grow like functioning plants that you can harvest. And I didn't plant any in there, so you could just pick and choose from what you would like that's available in the game. But either way, I am starting off by decorating like the main living area of the apartment by the kitchen, the living room, and the dining room. And I really like how open it is, but I think every like spot has its individual space. Even though it's like one room, I felt like it felt very sectioned off, and like, hopefully that makes sense. Everywhere has its own little area. I think that makes sense either way. But over here is going to be the entryway. In the entryway, I just put like a mirror, some shoes, a coat rack. And I also switched up the door like I was talking about. I think this door that came from Discovery University makes so much more sense to me for an apartment front door, because the doors on all of the apartments don't look like apartment front doors. This one has like a little peephole so you can see who's knocking at your door, and it just looks more realistic to me rather than the wooden door that's here. I like the wooden door that's here because it looks really distressed. And there is an option that came with City Living that had like little like numbers that look like it would be like the, you know, your apartment number. And for some reason they didn't use those when making the apartments. So yeah, I think actually in my save file, I'm going to switch up the doors to all of the apartments now that I'm using the tool mod. And so if you download my save, then that will be there. Like I've been talking about recently, I'm really working hard at getting a version of it out very soon. The second version, I do have the first one available, and then all of the builds that I've done for it are on the gallery. So yeah, I do have another build coming up for my save very, very soon, and it's in Strangerville, and that means that the world is complete. So that's very exciting. Now I have 2 worlds completed. But anyways, over here I'm working on the sunroom. I completely talked through the bedroom, but the bedroom is rather simple compared to the rest of the apartment, but I wanted your Sims to be able to get to the bed and their closet and stuff, and I felt like keeping it nice and simple like that actually looked way better than cluttering it up too much. But this room is definitely cluttered and fully decorated. I put a bookcase in here. This is like a nice little like reading corner, which I thought looked super adorable with this chair that came from Snowy Escape because it has that like fur throw over it. I thought that looked really pretty. I also put a meditation stool in here and then an art easel so your Sims could do some painting. And I also used some of those really nice leaning artworks with some like nice landscape paintings on them. So I imagine the Sim painted those. And then I just tried to put a bunch of plant decorations around, of course, because this Sim loves plants. And that's their whole reason for getting this apartment, is because it had this really awesome green room, what's the word I'm looking for? Sunroom, my goodness. Words can be pretty impossible sometimes. Over here, I'm using this really cool distressed art that we just got from the Industrial Loft kit. And I'm using the tool mod to rotate it so I could place it here along this wall. I just flipped it 90 degrees and then placed it on this brick that I think just complements it really nicely, and it's like a nice shade of green, and it's not too like overpowering, like it's not like super noticeable because it's so distressed, and I think it just looks so pretty over here. Like I love it. I was like really proud of myself for thinking of doing that, so hopefully you guys will like that too. But here I'm just adding some clutter on the bookcase, and I love just how there's like candles around and that lantern and just different decorations just makes it feel so cozy. And then I put an open book over here. I imagine the Sim was like taking notes, or maybe they like to write for fun. I don't know what they do for a living exactly. If you guys have any ideas, please let me know. But then over here is going to be the bathroom. The bathroom is very simple, standard bathroom, but I think it works and it matches the apartment. And yeah, it's just a nice little bathroom. But this is it for the apartment. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and I hope you guys enjoy the screenshots. So thank you so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
I saw her up on the hill, on her way to the mill, proud and all out. But where are you now? Misunderstood, said she would help the ones that she could. No glimpse of doubt. But where are you now? Years have passed and restless legs have settled. We're finally home. Down is up. We've been at the top. We're finally home. You a hand, let me in on the plan.